Be for real. Be for real. Like, you don't even know me.
First time in a long time. Hurting deeply inside.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Chelsea. If you're new today, we're going to be doing a chit chat. Get ready with me. I haven't done a chit chat in such a long time, so I feel like, you know, it's been a minute, so we gotta catch up. I asked you guys to send me over some questions on Instagram, so if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure that you follow me so that you can participate whenever I do like little questionnaires or question and answers. I may be making some adjustments to my lighting throughout my video because my lighting for some reason is giving, I don't know, she's looking crazy. But let's go ahead and get into it. I'm probably gonna do my brows first. You guys know how I do, but I just want to start this video off. Thank you guys so much for all the love that you have been showing me on all of my videos. I really do appreciate it. Let's do these brows first, then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna get into the look. Okay. Like I said, I went ahead and started on my brows already so that we won't have to waste too much time. I am going to be using the Lineage lip sleeping mask gummy bear. I haven't seen too many people use this, but I smelled this in the store. It smells so freaking good. Gummy bear is that girl. Okay, so you heard Chelsea talk about it. Okay, so let me tell you, gummy bear, wait, hold on. Gummy bear is that girl. I'm using this lip thing that it came with, but I am enjoying, like, if you don't like sweet smelling stuff, then don't get it. But baby, Miss Mama's gives what it needs to give. I highly recommend gummy bear. Okay, you guys sent me over a few questions. You already know me. Like, I'm probably not gonna be answering a million good bajillion patrillion questions because I don't be liking to have too many in one video because I feel like that'd be a lot. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get into it. I just asked you guys to send me over topics that you guys want to talk about. It could be from like any range. So some of these topics are going to be about like influencing, how to start, what would I recommend to do with starting. Some of these questions are like about me or just thoughts about like certain things. So first question, let's talk about it. Steps to becoming a full-time creator. I feel like everybody's journey is a little bit different. Some people have maintained a full-time job while working as an influencer or a content creator. Honestly, the most logical way to step into that is to keep your job. I know that, hey, that's like something that a lot of people don't like to hear, but also that's if you don't mind the in-between, like the in-between to getting to where you're trying to be, if that makes sense without, you know, saying too much. Like my journey, I quit my job. I didn't have a plan. I quit my job right before the pandemic. I had no idea that there was going to be a pandemic, girl. Quit my job. I was like, you know what, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of working at this place where I'm like, I literally hated my job. Y'all know I have talked about this before. I worked in banking. I'm not gonna say like exactly what I did, but it wasn't like a teller or anything like that. I did teller work my entire, like, I guess, transition to adulthood, I guess you could say. Like, I started as a bank teller when I turned 18, and then moved to Atlanta, got a job in banking. So, but it wasn't inside the branch. So long story short, that job was like, child, 10 out of 10 would not recommend. I just said, you know, hey, I'm tired of doing what I'm doing. Let me figure out something new. So your girl, no lie, y'all probably wouldn't even believe this if I told you, I did Uber for like a month. I was like, okay, I'm gonna just try to do Uber. I'm gonna just try to see how that would work. Nope, wasn't for me. I had to dip. I couldn't take like people, you know, getting in my car that I didn't know. And especially like in this time, you just never know like what people's intentions are. So I just was like, nah. So I started doing makeup, and I did that my entire transition to content creation, I guess you can say. I still do work with certain clients of mine that have been with me since day one. So I have about 4 to 5 clients that I work with more often. Even though I do this full time, I still enjoy like working with those clients because they have seen me like literally since day one. And I don't know why that just means so much to me. Like I always said, I don't think that makeup was like my passion per se, because I just used it as a means of survival, because you have to pay your bills, okay? Like ain't nobody coming to save you. I say this all the time, ain't nobody coming to save us, so you got to pay your bills. So I use that as a means for survival. So I would say if you do have something that you're very good at, that is kind of like you know, like a skill that you could utilize in that in-between time, and you want to quit your job, I say go for it. Now keep in mind, like, you're gonna have, I don't know, everybody's different, but I just know, you know, some of those days were a little bit harder than others. Let's just keep it cute and keep it at that. In the transition to becoming like a full-time content creator, because brands weren't at that point knocking at my door, okay? So if you get me, you get me, okay? So brands weren't knocking on my door. Sometimes I would go weeks without hearing back, or go weeks without hearing from any brand, you know what I'm saying? So that in-between time can be very challenging. So I would just say the steps to becoming a full-time content creator, if you can maintain your job and still put all your efforts and talents into content creation, I would say do that. But if you're like me and you're like, girl, you know, I can't, 10 out of 10 would not recommend, like I can't work somewhere that I know is affecting my mental health and all of that, then you have to figure out what decision you're gonna make, because eventually it's gonna work out. But then you have to just have it in your mind, like, I'm gonna go overtime on what I want, you know, I'm gonna go overtime on this because I see a certain lifestyle for myself. I like to follow content creators that have done the same thing. I don't know if you guys have heard of High Low Looks. I follow her on Instagram, and she talks about her journey, and on TikTok too. She talks about her journey all the time, about how she worked at Target. And so you just never know, you know, what can happen and what can change your life. So sometimes it does take a risk. You know, some people be like, I'm not going to tell you at the same time to not quit your job and just work until it kicks off for you, because that may not be your journey. But just figuring out what you can handle in that in-between time, because like anything else, this is a business that you're building. So when you're, you know, doing those when you're in the building process, it's going to take time to build up. It's going to take time for people to realize, okay, let's invest in her. Let's, you know, get her to promote our products, especially, you know, if they see that you can present value to, you know, your audience and stuff like that. So I would just say, have it in your mind that I'm going to work my way to full-time content creation. And if you know that you are not happy with what you're doing, figure out for you what that next step will be. So that would be my best advice. I know that probably sounds like a bunch of nothing, but if you get me, you get me. Like, I don't want to ever tell you to just pick struggle, you know what I'm saying? Because nobody wants to struggle. Nobody wants to struggle financially. But however, just brace yourself for, you know, this is not no get rich quick scheme, and I'm sure we all know that. But at the same time, you can, you know, become very well off by doing what we do. So I would just say, figure out, you know, what direction you want to take. And if you feel like you're ready to take that leap of faith, then take that leap of faith. But also know that it's going to take a lot of work behind that leap of faith. Everything looks pretty from the outside. It looks easy from the outside. But a lot of these people are putting a lot of work into building these brands that, you know, other brands are willing to invest in, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's my biggest advice for pursuing full-time content creation. And have fun. Like, I feel like at one point I was so pressured about like making money on my platforms and just, you know, doing that, but you lose yourself in the process, because you're just like, I'm not really having fun with this. Like, I'm not really having fun. I feel like I'm just trying to create, and I'm not getting anywhere. So make sure that you're very intentional about your content, very intentional about your actions and the steps that you want to take towards your business, because this is your business, okay? This is your little baby. So make sure that you take care of her and or him. Make sure that you nurture your kid and, you know, give it everything that you got. The next topic is solo traveling. I want to solo travel, y'all. I've said this before, but I don't know if I could go out the country. Like, I haven't put on those type of big girl draws yet. I'm not even gonna hold you, okay? Like, I'm not there yet, but I think I want to travel somewhere, maybe next year. I know it won't be this year, like, as far as like traveling by myself, because yeah, no, I'm just not there yet. But however, I do want to go somewhere, maybe like, you know, I'll start somewhere small first. I'm not gonna say where yet because I really don't know where, but I will start somewhere that's kind of simple, or I feel like I could easily, you know, like commute and get around because I just feel like that's intimidating, and I'm a very like, I don't mind being alone because I'm an only child. If you guys didn't know, I am the only child, so I prefer being alone. But I feel like for its like safety precautions, like girl, I don't know if I could just be like, okay, yeah, I'm finna go to Mexico tomorrow, or I'm finna go to Bali tomorrow because I just feel like it. Like I'm gonna be like, girl, what if this happened? What if that happened? What if this happened? I'm like an overthinker. Like, child, let me tell you, I'm one thing about me, I overthink. And that's something I'm trying to work on now, is like, stop overthinking and just do. But we ain't there yet, okay? But yeah, I do want to do some solo traveling. If you have traveled by yourself before, comment below. Let me know your experience. Where did you go? It's a plane literally hovering over. Do y'all hear it? Like, what? Comment below, let me know, where did you go, like how was it, what was your experience like, and what did you do, like what type of activities did you do by yourself? Because all I could think about doing is like eating. Like, I don't know what else I could be doing by myself other than going out to eat. Like, get myself, you know, take myself to a nice like restaurant or something. Like, I don't know what I could do. And then my friends would tell me all the time, like, you need to start going to like bars and just sitting by yourself and stuff, and just, you know, just going and just doing different things. But I'm just like, I can't do it. I cannot do it. I don't know, I'm just not there yet. Okay, maybe I will be at some point in time. Maybe I will be like, you know, maybe, you know, by this time next year I'll be telling y'all like, girl, I'm going on a solo date to so and so, I'm going on a solo trip to so and so. But right now, Chelsea today, I don't know, we just not there yet. We getting there though, we getting there. I enjoy being by myself. I enjoy like sitting by myself sometimes and just being quiet. I don't know what it is, but I just enjoy like the peace of quietness sometimes. And I don't know, I enjoy being by myself. I just haven't found the proper steps to travel alone. Okay, I can't do it. No. Let's move into the next question. Like I said, this video is not gonna be super long. I just want it to be short, sweet, and just something fun for us to do besides like our vlogs and stuff, because I have vlogs coming for you guys. Self-care routines. You guys are enjoying my self-care, well, my shower routine, so I want to do more of that for you. And just some other videos that I have up my sleeve. Any advice for someone experiencing growing pain? I feel like I don't know, I feel like I feel you, because I feel like I'm experiencing growing pain too. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I know that I'm growing, right? Like, I know that things are changing, but it's like the stuff that's going on in the process of that can sometimes be a lot, you know, or sometimes can be hard for me to know how to deal with them. But I would just say, just pivot, you know what I'm saying? Just pivot with it, like, and let life happen the way it's supposed to happen. And if you're experiencing growing pains right now, sit through them and go with it, go with the flow. I feel like sometimes when we try to take control of things or be in control, sometimes it makes experiences worse than what they should be. I know, especially for me, like, I'm a control person. Like, if it's not in my control, I'm like trying to figure out how can I make it, you know, like how can I control it, because I can control, you know, certain things around me. So it's like, if I can control it, then in my head I feel like it'll turn out better. But maybe this is not meant for you to control. Maybe it's just meant for you to, you know, ride it out and let it shape you into like who you are meant to be. That's how I'm looking at things now, like just trying to allow myself to go with the flow and give myself grace in the meantime with whatever it is, you know, like even if you feel like you're in an awkward space, or if you feel like this is the best time of your life, you know, just go with the flow. I feel like that's the best advice for anybody experiencing like growing pains, or feeling like, you know, you're just in this like weird kind of phase right now. And I also think it's because I don't know, I know for me, like I'm in my late 20s now, and that is so strange for me to even say, like, girl, what do you mean you in your late 20s? I remember when I was 24. You know, I remember when I was 22. Like, what do you mean you're in your late 20s? But I feel like at this age, it's such a weird stage because you're like, I mean, we was always grown, but I feel like we've grown now. So certain things that we're doing, certain things that is going on, like, this is our adult life, you know? And certain times, sometimes I just be like, wow, like, we really grown out here. Like, I don't know. But I just feel like sometimes, like, that plays a big role too, like your age and just where you at right now in life. Like, I don't know, that probably didn't make no sense, but I don't know. I feel like certain, like, just us transitioning into this new phase of life can just be a little bit different, but enjoying the ride, not putting pressure on stuff. Like, that's my biggest thing nowadays. It's just, I'm not putting no pressure on nothing, nobody, nothing. I didn't really get the meaning of life is too short until recently. Like, life is too short to be worrying and struggling and just, you know, like, just going with the flow. Whatever that flow is, like, I'm just rolling with it at this point. Like, I'm not even putting pressure or stress on myself. I'd rather not. Let's move on to the next question or the next topic. Atlanta, do you like living there? Yes and no. And where else do you see yourself living? Yeah, I like living here, honestly. I could see myself raising a family here. I could see myself being here for a while, but at the same time, I'm also open to other things that may come up. So say if I get a great opportunity to move somewhere else, or say if I just want to try something different and I'm like, you know, I just want to experience, because at the end of the day, I'm young. Like, I don't want to be limiting myself to like one spot, especially if I don't have a family, you know. Like, of course I have family, like I have my mom and stuff like that, but I'm talking about like a relationship or something. I'm open to moving, you know, but at the same time, I do like living here. I could see myself living here for a while. As of now, I could say I don't have a desire to move. Other than, I say move, I mean like move out the state. I'm not talking about in this place, baby. I'm ready to go. Okay, pack my bags and let's go. But as far as like moving out the state, or moving out of Georgia, I feel like I don't have a desire right now to move. So right now, I'm just gonna stay here until an opportunity presents itself where I would want to move, or, you know, I can't say that I will be living here forever, and I can't say that, you know, I won't be, like, because who knows. So yeah, I do like living in Atlanta, girl. I don't know what the future holds though, so I could, you know, be open to moving somewhere else, but then also I don't see a problem with me living here. And plus, I could always travel. Like, that's the thing about it too. Like, say if you want to get away for a little bit, you can always go somewhere else and, you know, and get away and get a fresh, you know, like a new fresh feel somewhere else. You don't have to like up and move. I'm not one of those people who are just like, I don't know why I just stuttered just then. But I'm not like one of those people who are super impulsive. You know how some people like, okay, I don't like it here anymore, I'm gonna move. Like, that's not me. Like, it has to make sense for me before I just up and move. And I feel like I haven't done everything here that I wanted to do yet. So yeah, until then, I shall be in the A. Okay, I'll be here. I didn't answer where else do I see myself living. I'm sorry, I didn't answer that part. Where else do I see myself living? I could see myself living in Texas or California. I know that's like, wow, like two different parts of the world, baby. But I'm really such a down south girl. That's one thing I have come to realize, because I have lived, if you don't know, I did move to Atlanta from Chicago. So I feel like I enjoy living in southern places. I don't like up north, and that's no shade, no tea to my up north girls. Like, I love y'all, but I don't like it there. Like, I don't know, it just was not for me. This is gonna be the last question that we're gonna talk about, or topic that we're gonna talk about. I'm sorry, I know I only did like 5. So the next topic is misconceptions about you. Honestly, I don't know, because I feel like I don't really be in too much stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really like yeah, you may see me hanging out with so-and-so or catching dinner with so-and-so, or, you know, whoever, but I'm really like to myself. So if it's some misconceptions about me, I don't know. Now I know I do. Some people do think like all I do is like go out to eat and live my best life all day, every day. I don't think people really understand that the stuff that people show you on Instagram is like the highlights of their life. I don't think people really have gotten that concept, because it's really just a highlight of everything that I have done or I have gotten to do. It's not all I do. Your girl still goes through stuff on a daily, okay? Your girl still goes through, you know, different challenges and stuff like that, or different things I have to, you know, overcome. I still have to work, you know what I'm saying? Like, I still have to budget, okay? Your girl is still budgeting. I'm just not out here spending money and just living my best life, although that's what I desire to do, is live my best life however that looks for me. But I think a lot of people think that I am just this girl, especially from my Instagram. I don't know what type of vibe you guys get from me here, but I feel like on my Instagram a lot of people assume that that's all I do, or that I have somebody funding that lifestyle, which is bizarre to me. Like, what? No, I pay for everything on my own. Like, yeah, some of those videos like were dates, because I am 27, you know. However, I would say about 80% of those, Chelsea paid for that, okay? Like, Chelsea covers her own tab. I don't have anybody funding no lifestyle or some imaginary lifestyle or anything like that. Baby, Chelsea work hard. Chelsea gets up sometimes at 4 in the morning to drive to a client, okay? Like, let's be real here, okay? Let's be real. I just feel like sometimes like people get this idea, especially, that's what I said, especially on Instagram. Like on YouTube, you guys get the real, like you guys are able to see like, you know, some of my days aren't the best, or, you know, whatever I show in that moment. But on Instagram, it's just like all for the glitz and the glamour or whatever. And people just think that you just out here living your best life and people is paying for your dinners and you just going, you know. But let's just say that's not me. That is not me. I haven't gotten that experience yet. Let's just say that I don't have nobody buying me bags and paying my bills and doing any of that, okay? Just pay for everything. Now if I'm on a date, obviously make it make sense. That's that. So I would say like that's the biggest like misconception about me, is that people think that I'm out here just living my best life every single day and that somebody is paying for my lifestyle. And I say that because I've seen comments like that. I don't address it no more. I don't be addressing comments no more, because I just be like, y'all don't, you be for real. Be for real. Like, you don't even know me about me. And sometimes you don't even know somebody's story. Like, if y'all watch my videos at the very beginning, and I'm starting to unlist them because, child, Chelsea was I was just a different Chelsea at that point in my life. And I feel like even looking back at this video, I'm gonna be like cringing at that, you know what I'm saying? Because you're constantly elevating and growing throughout life. However, that Chelsea like is totally different from this Chelsea, and then this Chelsea is gonna be totally different from, you know, who I grow to be in the next year or two, or whatever the case may be. But I didn't even have nothing on my, like, everything I have in my room, I didn't even have anything, y'all. Like, this is me being completely real with y'all. I didn't have nothing. Like, I had just moved from Chicago. I didn't have nothing. And I often I go back and look at those videos for me, because even I think I still have that video up. It's a video with Pretty Little Thing that I bought clothes, and I think I bought them on Afterpay, baby. I didn't have it, you know what I'm saying? And that's just being 100% real. And that's not to down myself, that's just being honest. And to look at now, I'm working with Pretty Little Thing. You just don't know how your life, and that makes me emotional, because it's just like you just don't know how your life can change and continue to change. So whatever you're doing, you guys know I'm always bringing a little bit of positivity, because I know, you know what I'm saying? If anybody doesn't know, like, girl, listen, I know, you know, like, life is not easy. Sometimes life deals you a hand, you know what I'm saying? You really just gotta figure out what you're gonna do with it. And one thing about me, I've always been a hustler, like, always. I have always been a hustler since day one. I had a job at 14, 15. I always, you know, try to figure out a way to get some money. And I feel like people don't really see, especially with this job, everything is so hyper exposed that they don't see that, okay, you're a real person and you have gone through stuff just like me. You know what I'm saying? Like, or you're still going through stuff just like me. People forget that part. I know I look so crazy right now, but stay with me. I feel like people oftentimes forget that part, like that you're a real human that goes through things, that has struggles, that has to go through family issues, financial issues, relationship issues. Like, you're still a real person. And sometimes people will just see like the glitz and glam, or they just see you taking pictures, or they just see you, oh, you're working with so and so, and they just think that your life is perfect. But it don't be perfect, you know. Nobody's life is perfect. Sometimes we just make it look good, okay? That's the only difference between one person's life and another person's life, is how they make it look and how they make it appear. So just keep going and keep doing what you're doing, because you never know what day is gonna be your day for everything to change around and turn around for you. And I say that even for myself, because I'm still not where I want to be. However, I know I go back and look at that video specifically because that girl wanted to be here. You just never know how things will work for you, you know. Just keep going. Please keep going. Don't give up. Don't doubt yourself, you know, because sometimes we can be our biggest enemy. Sometimes we can be, you know, our biggest downfall. And tune out the noise. Like, if people are talking, let them talk. 'Cause if they ain't talking about you, then you ain't doing something right. Like, people gonna always have something to say. People gonna always have a misconception of you, because believe me, people gonna always have a different, so-and-so may have an opinion about you that the other person, you know, sees a totally different side of you, or has a totally different opinion of you, because everybody's experience with you is going to be different. But the main point of this is, make sure that you feel good about you. It don't matter what your mama think. It don't matter what your daddy think. It don't matter what your sister think. It don't matter what your brother think, your friends think. It's what you think about you, you know. And that's what I had to come to realize. It don't matter about what anybody thinks. Hold on, y'all. Matter what anyone else thinks about you. It's about how you feel about you, how you view yourself. Now, if you don't feel good about yourself, figure out how you can feel good about you. You know what I'm saying? So forget the misconceptions. If they thinking wrong and they got you wrong, then let them get you wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's not my job to prove who I am to you. So my little rant. I guess I can change clothes. I don't know. I guess I can change clothes and then come back and then we'll finish out the video. So that is the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed my chit chat, girl chat, whatever you want to call her. Okay, this get ready with me. I hope you guys enjoyed. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for all of the love, all of the support that you constantly give me. And we on the road to 20K. Okay, we at 11K, so hopefully you can get your girl to 20K. So if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, babe, what are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, I'm gonna need you to subscribe before you go. Love y'all so much, and I can't wait to see you in my next one. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah.
First time in a long time.